Now to the results from the major round of primary elections yesterday. In New York, two top House Democrats, both veterans in Congress, were forced to compete for one seat after a bitter redistricting battle. And in Florida, Democrats chose their nominees to take on two high-profile Republican incumbents. NBC News senior political editor Mark Murray joins us now with a recap of what happened. So, Mark, let's start with a race that actually was not a primary. It was a House special election in New York's Hudson Valley. This was really the first competitive race since the Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade, and it's giving us some clues into how both parties are going to approach the midterms this fall, especially when it comes to one key issue, and that being abortion. What are the takeaways here, Mark?
Yeah, Joe, the reason why we were paying attention to this race was this is a swing district. This was a district that Barack Obama carried twice in 2008 and 2012, that Donald Trump ended up winning in 2016, and that Joe Biden narrowly won in 2020. And you ended up having the Democrat Pat Ryan ended up winning by 2 percentage points over Republican Mark Molinaro. And that pretty much suggests that what played out last night was kind of a replay of 2020. And normally in these types of special elections, Joe, when the wind is at a party's political backup, like we thought there was Republicans heading into the November midterm elections, this should be a district you should win by 5, 7, 10 points. And the fact that Republicans not only didn't win it by that margin, but ended up losing it suggests that maybe this red wave that had been building over the last several months has been reduced in size tremendously. And it wasn't just this special election. There was another special election in New York that Republicans actually ended up winning, but only by about 7 percentage points in a really ruby red congressional district. And so it does seem that after the Supreme Court decision overturning Roe versus Wade, the Democrats have some pep in their step.
All right, let's talk about primaries. In Manhattan, we had two veteran Democratic lawmakers competing for just one House seat. Wasn't close, as we see there. Who came out on top, Mark?
Yeah, Jerry Nadler, the longtime Democratic member of Congress, chair of a key congressional committee, ended up winning over Carolyn Maloney. This was a member versus member contest due to the redistricting map in the state that New York Democrats tried to actually create a really aggressive gerrymandering map. A court said it was unconstitutional. There was a new map, and it forced this fight between two really well-known Democrats, and it was Nadler who came out on top.
Let's turn to Florida's governor's race. Democrats picked Congressman Charlie Crist to take on Republican incumbent Ron DeSantis this fall. We know Crist, no stranger to the governor's mansion, having served a term before, but he was a Republican back then. Of course, DeSantis is polarizing, but has strong support from his base. So what are you watching for in this race in November?
Yeah, Joe, not only was Charlie Crist a former Republican, he was on the vice presidential shortlist for John McCain in 2008. And of course, he ended up leaving the Republican Party, ran unsuccessfully in 2014 against Rick Scott for governor, ended up losing that contest. And then he has been serving in the United States House as a Democrat. He's going to take on Ron DeSantis in what is going to be a high-profile gubernatorial race. It's going to be very, very pricey, but it's one where Republicans seem to have the slight advantage heading into November, just because Democrats have not been able to crack the code in Florida over the last decade.
And speaking of Florida, Mark, we also have the final ballot for Florida's Senate race this fall. No surprise here. Democratic Congresswoman Val Demings is the Democrats' pick to try to unseat Senator Marco Rubio. He's seeking his third term. This should be a close one. I mean, what do you expect from this general election matchup?
Yeah, Joe, all Florida races have been close, but once again, Democrats have seemed to have almost a ceiling at 47, 48% in the Sunshine State. And yes, Val Demings versus Marco Rubio is going to be another marquee contest that we're going to be watching over the next 3 months. And the question is, can Demings be able to surpass that ceiling that has kept Democrats from being able to win statewide since Barack Obama's reelection in 2012?
All right. Mark Murray, a lot to talk about this morning. Thank you so much.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.